All right. So, hello. I know Shalini, you have posted a few questions, and Siji, you have also posted a few questions. So, I would like you to ask your question, and then I will share the, you know, templates or strategies that I have in
Oh,
my treasure chest. Tell me.
yeah. Okay. The very first thing is which I wanted to ask is whenever we are talking about the ATL, it's a very broad category,
Hmm.
and whenever we are planning our lessons also, so sometimes it becomes very difficult to take the ATL skills and plan our lessons accordingly. So
Hmm.
sometimes we are not able to fulfill the requirements.
Okay.
So, how many learning engagements like we should have in a lesson so that we can complete the requirements for that ATL so that we can see the development of those ATLs in our students?
Okay, good question. Now, it is not that you're going to have many practices and then you will see the ATLs developed. So, how do you see the development of ATLs in our students? So, first thing you need to do is have an ATL progression chart. So, do you have an ATL progression chart for your MYP program? So, do you know what I mean when I say ATL progression chart?
Um, uh, Only a very little, but I will
Mhm.
really want that to know.
Okay. All right. So I'll just share my screen with you and you'll see that there are many windows open. Okay. So, first of all, before I go to the ATL progression chart, you need to know the definitions of ATL mapping, ATL progression chart, and all that. Okay. So, how do you do ATLs in the MYP in your subject specific domain? Okay. So, this
Yeah.
is one article written on ManageBack about ATL skills progression, how to plan and track progression. So now if you look at the skills that are there are many skills that we need to teach our students. And if you look at our framework, ATL framework, then there are more than 170 skills that we need to teach to all our students in MYP. Now these skills have to be taught from MYP 1 to 5 for the MYP program. But then you also have ATL skills in the PYP and you have ATT and ATL skills in the DP. Okay. So if you are looking at ATLs and you are a continuum school, it is a good idea to, when everybody can sit together, right from PYP to MYP to DP and CP, and look at how you want the skills to progress from your early years till grade 12, till DP2. Okay. So when you're looking at how the skills move from are developed from the early years till the DP, then that particular document would be called an ATL progression chart, okay, or an ATL progression sheet.
Yeah. Okay.
So now how will it look? I will show you some examples which were shared by me when I attended different sessions. So one was shared by Curtis Beaverford, who was the MYP manager uh, in 2012 when we were working for authorization, Shalini, where we worked. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
So he had shared one ATL progression uh, chart with me, and this is how it looks. Okay. So if you see communication here, these are all the different skills, sub skills of communication that is there. Okay, so can you see there are around 14 skills, sub
Yeah.
skills in communication. And if you see over here on row 2, okay, Safia is here. So when you see in row 2, it says, when are you going to teach these skills? Okay, so this is by the end of preschool, that is early years. This is by the end of foundation year, grade 1. Okay. This is by the end of year 2, grade 2. By the end of year 4, year 6, year 8, year 10 and year 12. So if you see, this particular school has taken 2 years and then described that by the end of preschool, my students in communication skills, if I'm saying express emotions appropriately, then what will they do? They will express their emotions appropriately. But you can see that express emotions appropriately is the same skill that I'm teaching right from preschool till grade 12. But now, how is it progressing? Therefore, progression chart.
Yeah.
We also called it scope and sequence. Remember? We
Yeah.
had a scope and sequence document, Shalini. So
Yes,
the
yes.
terminology we use different, but it is the same thing. Okay, the scope and sequence document or the progression chart is seems. If you look over here, the title also of this my spreadsheet is ATL scope and sequence. So now at the end of foundation year, at the end of year 2, now if you differentiate between this, can you see any differentiation when you go from preschool to grade
Yes.
8? Yes, right? So
Yes.
then you should define this as a school because you know best where your students are in this skill.
Okay.
Okay. So here
Right.
I'm saying that by the end of year 6, the students, when I'm looking at express emotions appropriately, the student is able to explain the influence of emotions on behavior, learning, and relationships.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So same way, if I'm looking at listen and respond to text. Okay. So when I'm looking at preschool, listen and respond to brief questions and one-step direction. Okay. But I'm looking at grade 6. How will the skill look? Listen to detailed spoken instructions for undertaking learning tasks. Listen to spoken and audio text, including audio-visual text, and respond to and interpret information and opinions presented.
Okay.
So can you see how the skill has moved, progressed from here to here?
Yes,
Huh?
yes. Okay.
So this is a progression chart and you need to have this particular document for your school, which is also called as the scope and sequence. Okay. The scope and sequence terminology is from PYP. PYP has those content ka scope and sequence. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Same
Got it.
way, same way, if I go to research. Okay. Now we know that research has information literacy and media literacy. Okay, media literacy. है ना?
Yeah.
These are
Right.
the
Correct.
two sub skills of research. So if it is information literacy, first क्या है? Recognize, understand, and implement intellectual work or implement intellectual property. So then,
Correct.
how does it look in early years? The students should recognize their work. But when I
Okay.
go to by the end of grade 6, I should identify and understanding the legal obligations regarding the ownership of intellectual property rights and apply referencing conventions using MLA. है ना?
Okay.
Now, if I look at the context of our subject, है ना?
Right.
Science, in that you have something called as criteria D,
Yeah.
strand 4. What does it say?
Citations and all.
Yeah, using a particular format. दिख रहा है यहाँ
Yeah.
पे? Can you see this here?
Yes, yes.
So
MLA.
this skill is needed to be taught.
Correct.
Then only you can assess in the assessment criteria.
Yes.
If you're not teaching that skill, how can you assess?
Okay. Understood.
Clear? Same way, I have the other strands over here of this and media literacy also. If I have to interpret visuals, here it is not applicable. There are some skills that maybe we are not introducing it to the lower class, but as you go higher, we can see the how complex it is becoming or how detailed it is becoming. What kind of how you will teach the skill. So this document, okay, this particular
Right.
document, see self-management,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
social skills, thinking skills. So this is called as the progression document or scope and sequence document, which you should have for your school, okay,
Yeah.
so that you know how your skills develop and progress from a particular year to the next. Clear?
Okay.
So this
Yeah.
is one document
Yes,
that you
ma'am.
should have.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
CG.
No, this is one of my questions also. I mean, like,
Ah, yeah. So you understood, right? You
I
need this
understood, ma'am.
document. See how it will
Yeah,
look,
ma'am.
which skill will look how in the uh, different grades. Now, if
Progression.
you and if you want to work on the skills as a whole school because you are a continuum school, then MYP to you know because you have the documentation. For PYP, what you can do is just type PYP ATS. Okay, this particular website, Inspiring Inquiry, it has lot of documents over here regarding PYP ATS. Just give this to your teachers, PYP teachers, and then they can teach these skills. See, continue. Click here, you will see they have I can statements which students can use as a sheet for reflecting. Yeah, wait, let me make this bigger. So if I have thinking skills, these are the four things in PYP that they look. The reflection part where we have in self-management, okay, they have it in thinking skills. Okay, so critical
Okay, ma'am.
thinking, creative thinking, transfer and reflection. How does it look? Okay, this looks like this in the PYP. Okay, but again, this analysis in the PYP, if this is this, how will it look in preschool? How will it look in grade 2? How will it look at grade 3, 4, 5? That you have to create your own document for your school, right? Because you know your students best. I cannot create and give it for you. Yeah. So this is the PYP document, and this particular website, Inspiring Inquiry, if you just Google PYP ATLs and go to this particular thing, you will find a lot of resources here for ATLs, for your PYP teachers. Okay?
Yeah, ma'am.
All right. So this is the ATL progression chart or ATL scope and sequence. Now, what is the next question? Shalini, you had a big question, and this was one thing. Okay. Now, the next thing is that how are you going to teach these ATL skills according to your units and related to your learning engagements?
Correct.
Yeah. Hmm?
Yeah.
So, again, I have created this document which is called formative assessment. Okay. You do formative. Whatever and learning engagements you will do would be formative, right? Unless you
Yeah.
are assessing at the end. So what
Yeah.
I have done is I have created this document with the help of ChatGPT, and I have said what are the different strategies by which I can do formative assessment of this strand. This is the first strand, okay, criteria A. Okay, what are the different ways that I can do? So they said that, okay, ChatGPT said by concept map, you can explain scientific knowledge. And then it gave me a strategy also, what you'll do. Provide students with a scientific concept or topic, ask them to create a concept map that visually represents the key components of the concept, explaining how they are interconnected. Okay, this task you can give them few words. Suppose you are doing respiration or you are doing uh, chemical reactions. So you give them some words and tell them to create a concept map. Okay, and see how they are interconnected. Now, what ATL skills will you do? What ATL skills will you look at when you are doing this activity? Okay, communication skills, presenting information in a clear and organized manner. Information literacy skill, identifying and understanding key components of a scientific concept. It's given over here. So you can do this by doing this activity. Okay. And then somebody said how to link ATLs with the learner profile. Ore Baba, ATL skills, when you read them only, you will know which learner profile they'll fit in. Communication, of course, communicator hoega. But over here, because presenting information in a clear and organized manner, they are saying that you are inquirer, developing curiosity and acquiring the skills necessary to conduct inquiry and research. Okay, knowledgeable, demonstrating and understanding of scientific knowledge. Hai na? This is knowledgeable because you know about it, so only you'll be able to do this task, right? If you know the concepts, then only you'll be able to do this task. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Safia,
Yes, ma'am.
you had a question.
Hi, good evening, ma'am.
Hi, good evening.
Ma'am, I wanted to know one thing is, first of all, will you be sharing these documents with us?
The documents that I have created, I will share.
Thank you so much. And
Mhm.
also, secondly, actually, what are the different reflections or reflection strategies or reflection ways we get from the students for the ATLs? Like the students have to have their own reflection on their development of the ATL skills, where they think they stand. So do we do this at the end of the unit, or it's not necessary?
I usually do it at the end of the unit. I have a reflection sheet after the
Yes,
summative assessment, and I put questions over there
yes,
that what are the different concepts that you have learned in this unit. Okay. Uh, uh, what relationship did this summative assessment have with the statement of inquiry? Okay, because that is the main purpose, right?
yes,
The statement of inquiry should have a connection relationship with your summative assessment. Okay,
yes,
then I say
yes.
what ATL skills were taught during this unit. Okay, and how there is a particular document where
Mm-hmm.
it says that uh, 1 minute, let me see. Okay, you can
Yes.
develop your ATL skill further. Okay, where
Okay.
can you see this developing further? Can you see this?
Yes, yes, yes.
Novice, learner,
Developing further.
practitioner, expert.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
yes.
Okay, so with that particular skill that you're going to teach in your class,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
if a student is a novice, then the student will observe. I can watch someone else demonstrate a new skill. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
If
Yes.
I'm a learner, I can copy someone else using a new skill and try it with support and guidance.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm a practitioner, I can use a skill confidently and effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And if I am an expert, I can show others how to use a skill and accurately assess how effectively it is being used.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so then I will
Yes.
give this and I'll tell them, okay, this is a skill that I have taught. Okay, you were
Mm-hmm.
supposed to do blah, 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 whatever. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
describe the skill using this particular strategy. Now you
Mm-hmm.
grade yourself according to this.
Okay. Okay.
Can you do that?
And yes. What's the name of this website?
1 minute. Copy. I'll put in the chat view.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. And even I'll put this tracking thing of manage
Yes.
back. Okay. All right.
Yes. Thank you.
Did I answer
Okay.
your question?
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much.
Okay. What else, Shanili? So also there is another document that I would like to share where, like I said, I've put each strand and I said what kind of formative assessment can I do. So it's given me so many different ideas. Okay. Then for second strand, apply scientific knowledge and this, it gave me so this. So what I did is for finding out what ATL skill and what is the learner profile, I put this particular prompt. Okay, I said, this is a table of assessment criteria for MYP science. Which table? That table which I copied from the spreadsheet. Okay. Add two columns, one for ATL skills and sub skills that align with the formative task, and second column for IB learner profile. So then after I pasted that, then it gave me this criteria A, These were the formatted tasks, right? Concept map, interactive presentation, infographic creation, blah, blah, blah. So this, if you see, what am I doing? There, if you see, concept map, interactive presentation, blah, blah, blah. This was what it gave me in the last two table, and this I copied and pasted it here. So you can read, Hannah, you cannot just take it how it is. You read and you see, and then you have your document, right, of ATL skills. You can, because there is no ATL skill called visual storytelling, but maybe there is something other, creativity or some skill that links with your ATL skill. So you refine it, right?
Okay.
Same way
Just
you
one.
can do it for other strands. Bolo.
Yeah, Miss. There are some these Harvard Zero Project Zero visible thinking routines also, right?
Yeah.
So if we are using that, are we
Hmm.
also like fulfilling the requirement of ATL?
Yes. Yeah. You are fulfilling the thinking skill requirements.
Thinking skills only that will be fulfilled. Okay.
Because it is visual thinking skills, na?
Okay. Okay.
But if there is something on group work, then maybe group work का भी रहेगा skills. So that's why you see, you read what kind of activity it is, and then you say what kind of skill it relates to. Okay, so this was about progression, and this was about the different strategies and how to connect the ATL skills with your learning engagement. Now, after you have done that, you need to map your skills, ना कि तुमने क्या सिखाया, what did you teach, and how does it look, what skills have you taught over the 5 years of your MYP. So that is a curriculum mapping document. So mapping is done after you have taught, okay, and then in the unit you're saying that, okay, this unit I did this unit I did. Now why do I need that? So that I see that what are the skills that I have taught you explicitly or implicitly in my subject. Why? Because the other teachers are also teaching. We should not miss any skill, or most of the time we'll find that art and language, they must have done a lot of art will do creativity, language will do communication skills. Now who is going to do self management, who is going to do reflection, who is going to do information literacy? Information literacy, INS have to do, because their criteria B is investigating. They have to write the student should know how to write a research question. Okay, so that is there in the assessment criteria. So they have no scope. They have to teach information literacy. For us, again, criteria D, strand 4, we have to teach them bibliography, because it is there in our assessment criteria. If we don't teach them, how can you grade?
Okay. And one this is a very basic question. Where if I'm having a unit, so how many learning engagements should be there? Like, because sometimes the content we have to finish the syllabus also, and
So
sometimes
you decide, you decide best. See, main thing would be that in that unit, okay, you have to teach a lot of content, but what are your inquiry questions? The factual question, the debatable question, and your conceptual question. What is your summative assessment? What should the students know so that they are able to answer the summative assessment? And that summative assessment has to be linked to your statement of inquiry, right? So if that triangulation is there, you decide how much learning engagement you want to do and what skills are necessary. Skills, of course, you will check with your criteria, na?
Yes, what
Assessment.
criteria I'm going to assess?
Huh.
Yeah.
So then, what is that summative assessment and what is that criteria? Okay, and for that particular criteria, if I have to grade it, what skill is needed to be taught?
Okay. Understood.
Clear?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes, Safia, you have a question.
Yes, I just wanted to ask, so by the end of MYP 5, they should have done all the skills.
We are not asking about 170 skills, nahi.
No.
Okay,
Okay.
all
That's what I
the
want to
at least
clarify.
those big 5 skills, students should
Yes.
know media literacy skills, should
So
have
वो clusters,
information literacy skills.
अच्छा, तो वो clusters we are not focusing, like if we can finish all the clusters, That's not.
Can you tell me, is it
No, that's
कौन से
why.
डॉक्यूमेंट में लिखा हुआ है कि करना ही है 170 skills?
नहीं
ना,
तो
हाँ,
as
there
an
is one.
ATL coordinator, I was facing a bit of a problem during our authorization visit. So my coordinator, I don't know whether he's new or old, so he was also asking, "Are you sure all the skills?" So I was like, "How can all the clusters
सारे
be?"
क्लस्टर्स,
नहीं,
सारे सॉफ्ट स्किल्स और क्लस्टर्स नहीं. you
नहीं.
you have to
हाँ.
have information literacy skills. That's a requirement.
Yes,
मीडिया
yes,
लिटरेसी
yes,
skills होना ही
yes,
चाहिए.
I understand.
And you have to teach those skills in the different subjects, है ना? It's not only
Throughout,
in your
throughout.
science.
Yes,
हाँ, yeah.
yes.
So
Not
that's why
only.
that mapping is important. Why mapping is
Mhm.
important? पता चला कि मैं सिर्फ कम्युनिकेशन स्किल ही करा रही हूँ या फिर मैं सिर्फ थिंकिंग स्किल्स ही करा रही हूँ, लाइक हाउ शालिनी सेड.
Mhm.
ओके, शी
Mhm.
सेड दैट विजुअल थिंकिंग रूटीन्स करती हूँ. अगर मैं सिर्फ विजुअल थिंकिंग रूटीन्स ही कर रही हूँ और वो सिर्फ थिंकिंग स्किल्स ही कर रहा है, देन फिर व्हाट
Correct.
अबाउट माय
Other
सेल्फ
skills.
मैनेजमेंट स्किल्स, है ना?
Yes.
नोट टेकिंग
So,
स्किल्स, हु इज गोइंग टू टीच?
so, but ma'am, I just wanted to ask you. So these language teachers, they mainly focus only on communication skills and thinking skills. So should they also try and include the other skills, or it's not necessary?
ओके, आई विल शो यू द डॉक्यूमेंट. ठीक है,
Yes. Yes.
अभी ये फॉर्मेटिव का
Yes.
जो
Yes.
मैंने
Yes.
बनाया है वो मैंने सिर्फ साइंस का
Mhm.
बनाया है.
Yes.
ये ले, लैंग्वेज एक्विजिशन. ओके,
Yes.
नाउ मैं तुझे, आई विल डू एन एग्जांपल ऑफ. ओके,
Oh, yes. So chat GPT 4 you use, or 3.5 is sufficient to get all
3.5.
this?
I'm not paying anything. Okay, I'm happy with my free resources. Create a table for uh, what was it? Language
La-
language
language in
acquisition. Okay.
Ma'am, like while you're typing, can I just ask you an off question? Like I'm seeing you
Yeah,
using
yeah, yeah.
chat. So I just wanted to ask you कि कोई अभी समेटिव असेसमेंट्स जनरेट करने के लिए कोई ऐसा प्रॉम्प्ट्स है आपके आप यूज करते हो, लाइक
Yeah.
फॉर ChatGPT?
Add 2 additional columns for ATL skills and क्या था? Learner profile.
It's new to this new Oh, look at that, amazing.
ये ले तेरा क्राइटेरिया ए, लिसनिंग टू ऑडियो क्लिप और ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला, लिस्टिंग स्किल्स, क्वेश्चन फॉर्मुलेशन. ले, इंक्वायरर, ओपन माइंडेड.
What's that
रीड करना.
prompt you put?
हाँ,
Can you copy the prompt for us, please?
अच्छा ठीक है, आई विल गिव यू द प्रॉम्प्ट आल्सो. शेयर, कॉपी लिंक, पेस्ट, हियर, टेक. और क्या चाहिए?
नहीं, वो समेटिव असेसमेंट के लिए आप कोई स्पेसिफिक प्रॉम्प्ट्स डालते हो चैट जीपीटी में? बिकॉज आई
So,
थिंक
हाँ, so you can just say that this is the statement of inquiry, है ना? This
yes,
is the content, okay?
yes,
And the criteria, you write down criteria
yes,
A,
yes,
strand, whatever.
yes.
Create an assessment task with rubric. वो create करेगा.
With rubric, okay, because every time I'm putting, it's not it's not recognizing the MYP signs. So do you put the strand itself, or
Yeah,
do you
of
just
course, I
want
put
to-
the strand.
okay,
Otherwise, how will it know
yes,
which one,
data,
which strand?
okay, I get it,
For
I
this
get
particular criteria of MYP science strand, this blah blah blah, create an
yes,
assessment task with rubric.
with the
With task
specific
specific clarification you give. It will give you task specific clarification also.
okay, perfect. So 3.5 is working perfect for you so
Yeah,
far.
I created this document with 3.5 only. This
Oh, the
one.
whole document, amazing,
Yeah,
amazing.
this
Okay,
one, this formative task. And I did for all subjects. It's not only for
like
one
that,
subject. See, science है, math है, art है, language lit है,
everything you
INS है,
created.
PHE है.
सब है.
और सिर्फ डिजाइन नहीं है शायद. हाँ, डिजाइन भी
डिजाइन,
है.
हाँ डिजाइन
हाँ,
में.
डिजाइन वाले मुझे मारेंगे. कि है किधर डिजाइन. And this particular wait, this particular document, school wide ATL and all, this was shared by, I think, by Lenny
Yes.
Dutton, by Lenny Dutton.
Okay, yes, yes, Lenny
And
Dutton. Yes,
this
I
was
know.
by Stephen Styler. Stephen Taylor. Stephen Taylor, he's used this. I'll copy this and I'll put it on the
Yeah,
chat.
Lenny
इधर ही आ
Dutton
जाए.
has a lot of ATL skills also on her
Yeah,
website.
yeah. Here.
Okay, thank you so much.
So if you look at this document, it has, see, this is mapping, what you can do. In language and literature, unit 1 in September, what was the key concept? What was the related concept? What was the ATL focus? What lessons did you teach? What assessments? This is a map, right?
Yes, yes.
For grade 6, for grade 7. Now, if I'm
So,
looking at science units, ये ले, science के लिए. ये MYP
okay,
1 ने किया, ये MYP 2 करेगा, ये MYP 3,
okay.
4, 5. तो एक ही sheet में you have all the 5 grades, right?
All the
And
5
then you
grades.
can see from here ki which ATLs was taught, and then you can say that okay, yes, this year we did not do this, so maybe we should change or
Do
do
that for
work
next
on different ATLs, है ना? This is the
ATL.
mapping document.
Yes, yes.
You can map
So,
it this way.
okay. So, in your school, ma'am, do you use something like this or the Excel spreadsheet, the one that I was seeing earlier?
See, you
Like
can use anyone. What
anyway,
I do is I put my MYP objectives here, and then I
yeah.
put my units.
Okay.
Okay, and the task that I did,
Yes.
learning engagement, and then write which ATL skill.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. That's also a nice way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your MYP objectives here, you know, this one, like this one. Right? You have science, right?
Yeah.
So this knowledge and understanding, what skill? And you can have another
Thank you for the hope.
another column which says what learning engagement did you teach or name of the unit.
Okay. Okay. And here after the skills.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
So whatever format you want, you just have to map it. You have to show that
Map
we've
it.
done
Yes.
this. So that you know
Yes.
कि कौन सा skill is missing या कुछ.
Very same. Yes. Yes.
If
I
we are
understand.
teaching too many times information literacy and not looking at media literacy, or if you are doing too much of creativity and not looking at transfer skills.
Critical thinking transfer. Yes. Okay. I understand. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? Yes. CG, any other question? Did I answer your queries?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, like first question, I mean, the Shalini ma'am asked. The second question is, I mean, right now you answered this ATL mapping. The first question was about ATL progression. I mean, the sheet. So both you answered. I mean,
Oh,
and
thank you. Acha. And how learner profile and ATL is
that's what I'm.
related.
But,
See, if it is
but
communication skills, I'm a communicator, hai na?
yeah, yeah. I mean, like I saw that. I mean, you mapped it. I mean, using the
Ah.
ChatGPT. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really a good use, ma'am.
Yeah. ChatGPT has made my life quite easy, comfortable. But then main thing is you should know how to write the prompts to get the correct
Yeah,
response.
that is very important to know the prompts. Otherwise,
Yeah.
all day trying to get the correct information.
Yeah. Mm. So, any more questions, or have I answered all your questions?
As of now, my questions are answered.
Okay.
For me, it's
All
the
But I
right.
same.
keep disturbing you from time to time. That's
Yeah. Then I will want to have this Zoom meeting then with others so that others will also have questions, and I will put it on my YouTube
yes.
for everybody.
Thank
So instead of creating content, by sitting and talking to a blank thing, I think that I can create content by using this because I will be helpful for others. At the same time, I can put this up on YouTube and many others who could not attend can view
you.
the videos.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then you can also go back and see, okay, what did Miss Ashika say? You have a recording of this video.
Yes, you are such a support to us. I feel like most of the times, even with the DP, I'm so new to DP, so that's why I was messaging you also for the
Okay.
DP.
All right. So I'll stop recording. We can